I'm Ellie the 8th note, and today I'm going to teach you everything you need to know from section 2.3. There are 4 parts to this section. The first part is finding mean, median, and mode. The second part is finding weighted mean. The third part is identifying shapes of frequency distributions, and the fourth part is finding the mean of a frequency distribution. Let's start with mean, median, and mode. But what are mean, median, and mode? Let's define them. The mean is the sum of the data divided by the number of pieces of data. Mean can also be written as x with a line over it. The median is the middle of the ordered data. Ordered is the key word here. Your data must be ordered before you can find the median. Once you have ordered data, you just find the number in the middle. If it's an odd number data set, you find the number in the middle. If it's an even number data set, you take the average of the middle 2 numbers. The mode is simply the number that occurs the most. Let's practice finding mean, median, and mode. Here's a list of the numbers of measures found in different pieces. First, let's find the mean of this list. To find the mean, we need to take the sum of the data and divide it by the number of pieces of data. If you add together all our pieces in the data set, you get 854. There are 11 total pieces in the data set, so we divide 854 by 11 to get a mean of 76.63. So, our mean is about 77 measures. Now for median. To find the median, we must first order our data, seen here. So once our data is ordered, we just find the number in the middle, which if we crossed off all these numbers, we would get 76. So we have a median of 76 measures. Now for the mode. To find the mode, we just need to find the number that occurs the most, which in this case is 76. So our mode is 76 measures. Side note, what is Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. Anyway, moving on. Now let's find weighted mean. What is weighted mean? The weighted mean is the mean of a data set whose entries have varying weight. In other words, each number in the set is not weighted the same. To find the weighted mean, you take the sum of the entries times their weight and divide it by the sum of the weights. Let's look at an example. Let's say you're trying to determine if you will finish with an A in music theory. You determine that the mean of all your tests is 94. The mean of all your quizzes is 86. Your homework grade is a 96, and your final exam grade is an 82. The weight of your test mean is 0.4, or 40% of your final grade. The weight of your quiz mean is 0.2, the weight of your homework grade is 0.1, and the weight of your final exam is 0.3. Now that we have all of our scores, x, and their weights, w, we need to find the value of x times w, found in this column here. The sum of all of our weights is 1, and the sum of all of our xw values is 89. Finally, we need to divide the sum of our xw values, 89, by the sum of our weights, 1, to get 89. So, your final course grade is an 89, so sorry, you won't be finishing music theory with an A. Another side note, what do you get when you drop a piano down a mine shaft? A flat minor. Ha ha ha. Anyway, moving on to shapes of distributions. Except, not those types of shapes. That's a completely different class. There are 4 different types of shapes of distributions. The first is symmetric. If a distribution is symmetric, a line can be drawn down the middle and have a mirror image on either side. In the symmetric distribution, the mean equals the median equals the mode, seen here. The next shape of a distribution is uniform. If a distribution is uniform, all entries have the same or approximately equal frequencies. Since a uniform distribution is also symmetric, the mean equals the median equals the mode. Next shape is skewed left. If a distribution is skewed left, it is negatively skewed or has a tail extending to the left. In a skewed left distribution, the mean is less than the median, which is less than the mode. And finally, a skewed right distribution. If a distribution is skewed right, it is positively skewed or has a tail extending to the right. In a skewed right distribution, the mean is greater than the median, which is greater than the mode. You know, my friend Johan was supposed to help me teach this lesson, and he said he'd be back, but I haven't seen him since. Oh well. Finally, let's learn how to find the mean of a frequency distribution. To find the mean of a frequency distribution, you need to take the sum of the midpoints times their frequencies and divide it by the sum of their frequencies. But what does that mean? See what I did there. Let's look at an example. Let's say you want to find the average number of concerts students attended during the school year. We know that 3 students attended between 1 and 5 concerts, 5 students between 6 and 10 concerts, 8 students between 11 and 15 concerts, and 2 students between 16 and 20 concerts. These are the overachievers. Since we don't know the exact number of concerts attended by each individual student, we group the students into class ranges, and then pair them with their frequency, seen here. For example, we know that this class is between 1 and 5 concerts, and its frequency is 3 because we know that 3 students attended between 1 and 5 concerts. Now that we know our ranges and their frequency, we can find n, which is the sum of the frequencies, in this case is 18. Now let's find the midpoints. To find the midpoint, you basically just take the median of each class. So the midpoint of our first class is 3, our second class is 8, our third class is 13, and our fourth class is 18. Now that we have our midpoints, x, and their frequencies, f, we need to find our xf values, or the midpoints times their frequency, as found in the last column here. Now that we have our xf values for every class, we can find the sum of our xf values, which is 189. We have our n value 18 from earlier, the sum of our frequencies. Now, to find our weighted mean, we just have to take the sum of our xf values, 189, and divide it by n, 18, to give us a mean of 10.5. So, the average student attended about 11 concerts. And that's section 2.3. Thanks for learning with me.